Hey everyone, this is Michael with the general reading for Pisces Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. I hope that this video finds you well, whether you're watching it for yourself or maybe cross-watching for a friend or loved one. I am very curious to see what we have in store for you this month. In case you can't tell, the astrology is a bit crazy. We have Mars that has gone retrograde last month and will continue to be retrograde throughout the entire month in the sign of Aries. And we do also have Mercury retrograde that is happening right in the middle of the month. On top of all of that, we have 2 full moons. Pluto is also going direct after being retrograde for several months as well. And there's just a lot of shifts that are happening karmically for the collective right now. And we can kind of expect a crazy rebalancing to be happening. And when I think of Libra season and I think of the scales for the time that we're in, it's like, it's very easy to think of Libra as perfect balance, but the reality is Libra is often moving things up and down. Things are kind of up in the air, and with all of this energy, with Mercury going retrograde, and Mars being retrograde, and all of these outer planets going direct, it really is causing a lot of shifts for this month and even for the next several months. So it might feel a bit crazy, to be honest with you. And it can feel like things are happening suddenly. So just some stuff to keep in mind. I will be referencing more of the astrology throughout this reading. I am almost finished with the astrology blog, which will be linked down below. I do already have the aspects and transits for this month, however, so if you're looking for kind of a day-by-day what's happening with the stars, you can check that out, as well as my links for personal readings and Reiki sessions, which are all down below, as well as my social media accounts. I do plan on doing giveaways soon. We are getting close to 50,000 subscribers, so hint hint nudge nudge. If you haven't subscribed, now might be a good time, as well as following me on my other social media, and that way you don't miss out on any announcements or other giveaways or sales in the future. So let's get to the cards for you, Pisces, and let's see what we have in store for October. We're going to look at the first and second half here separately. So what do we have in store for Pisces for the first half of October? Show us clearly. Interesting. What do we have for Pisces for the first half of October? That's too many. Let's try again. Yeah, a lot of things falling all at once. Interesting. Well, the first 2 cards that we have on the table here, we do have the Hermit and the Hierophant. And with these 2 cards coming out together, there is this really big emphasis on taking time for yourself, maybe doing some meditation or a spiritual practice. You could even be following someone as a teacher. Because oftentimes when you see the Hierophant, it represents an authority figure, or someone who has some sort of spiritual or really any sort of power, who kind of presides over something, or is a teacher of some kind. And the Hermit, while it often does represent solitude, it can also represent going to the hermit, you know, kind of in the hero's journey, going to the witch in the mountains, going to the wise man, and getting advice from this person. And you could be doing that through somebody else, or perhaps you're doing readings for yourself, or trying to connect to your own intuition, your own spirituality. I will say that meditation is really, really important for you. And what's interesting here is we also have the Fool. Oops, let me just turn off my phone. So sorry about that. With this Fool, this does seem to be that you are diving into something. or you want to dive into something. And this is an interesting contrast to what is going on in your external reality. This Fool could actually represent a spiritual awakening. It is represented by Uranus, traditionally. I do also associate it with Aries energy as well. So there might be an Aries individual, could also be Aquarius. We also have Virgo and Taurus energy all on the table here. Something that actually is coming to mind with these cards is like you're cultivating what's called the beginner's mind or the child mind, where you're seeing things from a totally open perspective. I think that's really, really important. Whatever it is that you're dealing with in your life right now, Pisces, I think you need to really cultivate a sense of wonder. This is often what monks are doing, is cultivating this child mind, this open mind with meditation. Interesting. Several cards just flew out for you. The Ace of Coins, the Seven of Coins, and the Nine of Wands, all coming out together here. Again, interesting. So with this Ace of Coins, there is this new beginning, and this could actually be in your own life. It feels like there's just a lot of different things that are happening here, to be completely honest with you. And maybe that's why you're feeling so worn down at the start of this month with the Nine of Wands. But you've achieved so much, and you're very close to realizing something that has the potential to bring you a lot of stability in your life with this Ace of Coins. And this could be an offer that someone is making to you, or this could be something that you are starting for yourself. I even see the Seven of Pentacles here as almost this investment is kind of a word that's coming to mind. You've gotten your ducks in a row, or you're getting your ducks in a row here. And you're trying to figure out what to do next. What to do with all this growth that you've experienced here. Or how you can grow, how you can get to this point. And you might be feeling a bit defeated, or like it feels unattainable to you with the Nine of Wands. So there's this thing with money that you're concerned about, whether it's making an investment, making more money, something like that. And with the Fool, maybe there's a situation in the past where you kind of leapt before you looked. And to be honest, we do have a Mercury retrograde that is coming up. So if there is this sort of really big financial decision you're thinking about, you may want to take some time. Especially if this is a decision you're making in the second half of October, or trying to make in the second half of October, because Mercury does go retrograde on the 14th. But what's interesting here, we have an Aries new moon. I want to say October 16th. And Aries for you does represent your second house, your finances, your assets, your values. There could actually be a material boom coming for you around that time, or that's a great time to start manifesting or planting seeds for something, because it's like whatever it is you're planting towards the middle of October, it will grow. It might take some time, because when we're working with that kind of earth energy, or I'm sorry, when we're working with like the second house, that can take time to develop. It's naturally ruled by Taurus, but I feel like there could be this sudden spontaneous growth. it's like you kind of plant a seed, forget about it, and something grows from that. Or there could be a realization of that. It's almost like an investment that you forgot. And it doesn't necessarily even need to be money. This could be emotional. This could be something else as well. It's like karma coming back for you and helping you out. But there's this need to be very, very open and to not see things from trauma, from wounding, and also to not see things with expectation. Like don't have so much expectation or hope on things. Just be really, really open. Because a lot of the time we come in with a certain mindset and we miss certain details, or we sweep certain details under the rug. We kind of downplay things and upplay what we really want to see, right? Maybe this person you're going to for advice is some sort of financial advisor or some sort of life coach, someone who's trying to help you figure out how you can sustain yourself in your life and grow something. And maybe you're doing this with another individual. Maybe you are doing this with an earth sign, or an Aries or Aquarius. Let's pull an animal card and get a bit of advice here, and then we'll look at the second half of the month. We have shark. This is so interesting because, again, I think of like a business shark or a loan shark. Be careful with who you're asking money from. Just keep that in mind, you know, be very, very mindful if that's something you're doing. And maybe you don't really have a choice, but I'm sort of seeing this fin above the water, you know. Just be aware there could be some threats. Keep your eyes open. And again, that open mind. And when I also see shark, it's like, I think of how they circle around their prey. And they even have an extra sense, electroreceptivity. They're quite literally able to sense energy and electrocurrents. And they almost feel out a situation before going in for the kill, so to speak. So you might be circling around something, kind of feeling it out, whether this is a relationship or some sort of investment, before you do anything tangible, before you step forward in any way, or make your move. This could also be someone around you. Maybe someone is feeling you out, too. These messages sometimes come in the reverse. Let's take a look at the second half of October now. The Empress comes out here first. Again, earth sign energy. Taurus could also be Libra. I love this Empress energy, actually. Yeah, I feel like there's abundance coming for you, for sure. You're creating something. Creating is a better word. You're creating abundance. It's not something that just comes at you. You're manifesting this. You're creating it with something that you're doing. Something is growing. Interestingly, there is this Seven of Swords, though. Be really careful. If you just have someone in your life, and it might not even be tied to finances, but if there is this energy kind of circling around you that doesn't feel great, trust your intuition here, please, with the Seven of Swords, because there could be someone kind of sneaking behind your back. Or who is a bit deceptive or might even betray your trust. I can also kind of see this as jealousy, because I'm looking at these two cards right next to each other, and it's like you're coming across as this Empress here, and the Seven of Swords is almost hiding from her, running away, and it's like kind of this bitter look. Yeah, really read the fine print this month, or really make sure that all of your, just make sure you're being really thorough. With Mercury going retrograde right on the 14th, it's a prime time to be tricked. Or to get screwed over, especially in the sign of Scorpio here. I do wonder if this is actually talking about a friend, because we have a full moon right at the end of the month in Taurus, which for you is your third house. It's the people around you, the place around you. Traditionally, the third house is like your neighborhood or your village, your local community. There could be someone in a community space around you, or someone just kind of in kind of your outer circle, or like between inner and outer circle, if that makes any sense. And trust your intuition about this person. You'll know what I'm talking about. I kind of feel like you sort of have a sense of this, especially with shark energy. It's like you see the fin above the water. You see some sort of threat or danger if this is something going on. And if this isn't even a threat or anything that would necessarily be damaging to you, it could also just be someone like hiding how they're feeling, or hiding something like that. Somehow things look pretty good for you with this Empress. So I'm honestly not super concerned about it. Just be aware, you know, don't take the first offer someone makes to you. You can definitely afford to be choosy with the Empress. And I know the energy might feel like that's not a good idea right now, but if you're kind of looking for an opportunity and something just doesn't quite feel right, you can trust that and trust something different is coming in. Nine of Swords and Two of Swords. So there's a lot of thinking and a lot of thoughts that are coming up for you in the second half of October, and there's quite a bit of anxiety. Someone is not saying something here. And it could be this person sneaking around. And it's almost like everyone sort of feels a certain way, or there's this unspoken tension in the room, or between the two of you, however that shows up. This is very, very specific and odd, but I almost feel like some of you might actually be experiencing a level of psychic attack. Maybe around like this Halloween, Samhain energy. Someone could just be sending you some negative energy, or thinking thoughts about you. And this isn't always an intentional thing. It possibly could be, but you are protected, I think, as well. And if something kind of bypasses your defenses or your guard here, you just need to really be very strong and assured in yourself. Because that's how dark magic or curses or negative energy really works. It's a shadow. It can't create anything. Dark magic can't do anything to you. It's pulling on something that's already there. And so I kind of have a bit of unconventional advice. It's like you really need to increase your own sense of sovereignty to protect yourself. That's one way to do it anyway. I personally think it's just the most efficient, but you might be feeling like someone's thinking about you, or someone has bad intention towards you, or they're just... you don't have a good impression from this person. There's just something off energetically. I think you're correct about this. So be careful of who you trust, and what you're putting your energy towards right now. Is there one more? Is there one more card? I think there is. I want to clarify with just one more card here, and then we'll go to the last animal card. 10 of Swords in the reverse. So again, I'm looking at this energy, and it's like being backstabbed, but somehow you avoid it. Wow, there are so many swords here. What is going on, Pisces? Who is this person? You're gonna have to let me know in the comments down below. Who is this person you're kind of getting a bad vibe from, or this situation, whatever it is, you kind of know how you feel already, I think. Or you're gonna be seeing signs throughout the month that's gonna make you feel unsure about this. Could be involving an earth sign, or an Aries, or an Aquarius. Doesn't have to, though. Definitely doesn't have to. I feel like a lot of this energy is you really thinking to yourself, and there's this thing you're creating for yourself right now, or trying to move forward in your own life, or establish yourself a little more. And I think that's good. I think that's really, really good. There's the potential for you to actually come into quite a bit of abundance, and maybe there's people who are kind of like expecting something from you, or maybe trying to even mooch off you a little bit. I could see that. Interesting. So we have the black egg that flew out here, and this golden egg has actually been at the bottom of the deck. And again, I'm thinking of the egg as this symbol of fertility, this symbol of new abundance, a new life. And with the black egg, it's your throat chakra, it's your truth. A lot of people see this card and they're quite intimidated. I think if you are sensing some sort of energy that doesn't feel right, you really need to address it. And that can even just be as simple as, hey, you know, I'm feeling like things are a little off between us. Is there anything you want to talk about? Or maybe we can have a conversation sometime about this. I want to make sure we're clear. Something like that. And it might be really hard because you don't necessarily want to speak up with this Two of Swords. But even with the shark, it's like if you're seeing red flags, if you're seeing the signs, if you're seeing that fin above the water, it's really important that you say something to somebody. And I feel like you can even mitigate a disastrous situation if you are vocalizing this. And maybe this isn't even about you. This could be about someone else in your life. You're feeling like someone is going to be taken advantage of, or feeling like someone is going to be exploited or cheated on. Maybe you saw something that you wish you didn't, sort of thing, and now you're not sure what to do about it. I still think it's important for you to mention that to a person. Like if you saw their partner cheating on them, or you saw something about their loved ones that is kind of being kept a secret that they should know about, something like that, I actually do think that it's important for you to speak up. And the golden egg, this is your heart chakra. This is, again, whatever it is that's happening around you, there is this real rebirth happening within you. And it's like you getting back in touch with yourself and really coming back into your heart. That's so, so important. Trusting in your heart. Getting to the heart of the matter. And there could even be a situation where there's this pattern that's not going well. Like, it keeps happening. And while it might be very easy to kind of come in and blame this person and tell them how toxic they are, how bad they are, I almost wonder if, Pisces, you're the person who kind of comes in as like, okay, why does this keep happening? Why do we keep going in circles here? Let's get to the heart of this. Like, let's really understand this. And in a very open and beautiful way. I actually think that's a great way to deal with the situation. And some people might think that's foolish here. But it's like, you either do this and this person opens up and you have a real conversation with them, or you almost push this person away because they can't handle that. They're intimidated by that. They can't handle the truth. They can't handle that level of realness, and they kind of just back away, and somehow you protect yourself. You do need to guard yourself in some way, or you do need to be protective of somebody who's in a situation where they might be exploited or taken advantage of or lied to or something like that. And that person might even resist. Maybe that's the person who pushes back for you. And you really need to come in very calm and just let them have their reaction. And they might come to you later and be like, Pisces, you were right. I should have listened to you. Or maybe it takes some time and they finally see what you're saying. And you're able to prevent something from happening. Really interesting reading. Feels very Scorpio-esque with Scorpio season in the second half of the month, as well as Mercury retrograde. I hope this was helpful. I hope I gave someone the heads up. Be sure to hit like and subscribe. Let me know again in the comment section down below what situation you think this is. I'm so curious. And honestly, Pisces, I'm still really excited for you because there is this new beginning, this new life, this new abundance. And I think whatever is happening around you, it's not affecting the growth that's happening in your own life either. So that's really exciting. I have all of my information down below if you'd like a personal reading or a Reiki session. And I will see you all in the next video. Take care, Pisces. Have a happy October.